It's impossible right now to determine the overall cost of this year's devastating floods, only that it will cost billions. A recent survey of bankers in the Midwest estimates there will be a sharp increase in loan defaults from farmers who had had their livelihoods destroyed. 3 News Now investigator Jeff Van Sant dug into the report to see what it says.
This flood has cost billions in damage in our area. But think about the small family farms. It's even worse. When you see something like this could be not only the end of a season, but the end of their farm. Thousands of acres are still underwater. Others are ruined for this year's season, maybe even next. Countless grain bins ripped open, its contents lost.
This is totally rotten beans.
David Mincer is standing on about 75 grand in lost profit.
Big thing is going to be next year when we go to the banker for another loan. And how does a banker give you financing if you don't have the money?
A recent survey focusing on banks around the Midwest hit hard by the floods shows there's a major increase for requests for loans from farmers.
They're just in need of short-term capital, short-term resources to get planning.
Economic professor Ernie Goss at Creighton University oversees the survey and says bankers expect to see a 20% jump in farmers defaulting on their loans.
How many of those individuals are going to just take themselves and their families and leave, take off and go for drier ground?
Insurance will help to a certain extent, but when you see a burst grain bin, that's a complete loss. Whatever is in it isn't insured. FEMA and other organizations are trying to get a handle on how many need help. Groups like the Small Business Administration are processing loans as fast as they can.
Already approved 263 loans, over $15 million already, just in a couple of weeks.
The true impact, it's anyone's guess.
Even when the water disappears, their fields are no longer underwater, what's left behind are rock, silt. You can't just begin planting. It takes time to recover that land.
Jeff Van Sant, 3 News Now.